Hey guys, Horace here, and today I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a super easy island that literally anybody can do. And the first step is to make a selection. Generally, you want this square. You can have it any shape you want, but generally speaking, having it square is going to help you a lot, and it's just gonna look a lot better. You can use / walls to see where your selection is, to see how tall it is and how wide it is, etc, etc. Doesn't really matter. Okay, now I'm going to paste this giant, big, scary text, and all you need to do is 3 things. So you don't really need to manipulate any of this back here. I don't even understand it, but I do understand how to manipulate this, and I'm going to teach you guys how to do this. So it is going to be way less scary. So the pattern is basically just the block ID. You can do stone if you want. You can do emerald block if you want. Does not matter. It's not really that important. So then you're going to just generate this. Of course, this command will be in the description and in the pinned comment, so you guys do not miss this. So now that you generated, it doesn't look like an island, but I promise by the end of this video, it will. So stick around. Okay, so now that it's basically generated, it will always generate within this box. It's basically dependent on your selection and pretty much nothing else. So if I go over here and make a selection and do the same command, then it's going to be a really small one. And if I make a really thin one, guess what it's going to do? It's going to make a very thin island. And you could just use this for terrain if you wanted, but generally I use this for islands just because it just looks really good. So you can make it really flat and actually use the top of this, and you don't even have to flip it or do anything with it. It just is what it is, and you can kind of use that however you like. So basically we're going to come back to this selection. I'm going to select the 2 corners so that I can manipulate this. I'm going to take down the walls because we don't need that anymore, and we're going to set 0 so that this is all cleared away. So we're going to go back to this command, and now I'm going to show you how to essentially manipulate this to be new things and to add detail or whatever. So basically the D equals 3 is the first number that you can manipulate that will actually do something. So let's say, because like it's obviously naturally 3, but if you jack it up to like, let's say 7, then the detail is going to be up significantly more. So it's just much more noisy. Now, if you're making a really large selection, this is the number that you should probably be using to make it look more normal. But because I'm making a fairly small selection, 3 or 4 is generally fine. Then basically we're going to do the W equals 1, and basically that's just the seed. So if you change it from 1 to 2, it's just going to basically generate a different level of how the island looks. So for example, if I do this command again, it's going to just generate the exact same thing, and it's not going to change anything. But if I put W equals 3, you can see how it basically generates another I guess orientation on top of it, and basically you can use that to make sure that your islands are looking different every single time if you're doing a lot of duplicate islands with this anyway. But that's not super important because usually they look fairly different anyway. But generally, these are the only 2 numbers that you need to actually manipulate. None of this over here is going to even be a worry in your mind. You just need to do the block ID, the detail, and the seed. Generally speaking, I don't even mess with these 2 because I just generate the thing for however I want. So basically, I'm going to go back to 1, and then I'm going to up the detail to 4 because I want just a little bit more detail because I am doing a fairly large island. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go under here, and you can either copy, but I'm going to cut because I just don't want the version like this. Now that it's all cut, I'm going to look down, and I'm going to do / flip, and then I'm going to do paste -A. And then there you go. I have an island that has a fairly nice flat top. When I make islands before, it generally had an issue where it was like I would generate the island and it would have a very nice bottom, but it just wouldn't have any terrain on the top, so I'd have to generate that. But this one has a nice flat terrain. You can basically make it any size you want, and it's really just genuinely that simple. That's it. This is the command. That's it. You need to know how to detail, like you add more detail, or you add a seed and you add a block, and then you make the selection, and then voila, it makes that. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you later. Peace.